Welcome everybody to Diana's Draw Stream. Yes,
Ow.
we are here and we are getting ready to draw something from Battlestar Galactica. We
Yes.
Tamu here and Rick from Cross Comics who is going to partake. And
Yeah.
we are ready to rock and roll. Good evening, gentlemen. Do you
Good
have
evening.
any idea
Good morning.
what? Good morning. Is it a good morning for you now?
Yeah, I've been working on a sketch now. I've pretty much been playing with layouts all week for this.
Okay, we're on Hero Shack for this, right?
Hero Shack, and we are also on Facebook. I added that.
And I shared the link on Twitter and hello, Terry.
Okay.
You knocked him off. I put him in. Stop it.
Back
I was
and
trying
forth,
to help
back.
you.
It's a tug of war.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I like my arms.
Do you feel like a yo-yo, Terry?
Oh, I feel like a piece of rope.
Well, I figured since I'm running the stream, I would add in the people, but
Yeah, I figured you would too, but I was trying to help.
you were trying to help. I get that.
My apologies.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So, guys, tonight we are going to focus on Battlestar Galactica. I did a
Mhm.
crash course, and Chris put up a YouTube info video, which I got absolutely nothing from it. I'm going to watch.
Talk a little bit about it and try to educate you. Ask any questions.
No, but the problem was it was more on the backstory of how it was made and not the actual content of the story itself.
Well, backstory like that stuff is always good too to tell people.
Well, no, I mean not the backstory. I'm sorry. It was more of all the little stumbling blocks they had along the way, trying to get it, created, and then they did a little buy on each actor. But I really just wanted to watch the movie, and we couldn't find it. It was all set up to watch like one of the shows. I've never seen it. But I forget which one of you gentlemen suggested Battlestar Galactica for this week. I think it might have been Terry. Terry, okay.
It was me.
All right. So I was trying to find some information on it, but I failed. But anyway,
why didn't you go to Wikipedia? I know they're not the trusted source, but at least they'd have some information.
well, because I wanted to watch something. I'm more of a visual girl like that.
Yeah.
Reading about. So I know that it's kind of based on a civilization of humans. There's food colonies. They were at war. There's like a cyber race or something.
Cylon.
Well, no, the Cylons. I don't think they're the race. I just think they're the fighters.
They're the fighters. You were correct. The Cylons. They attacked.
So according to the lore, they were the robotic foot soldiers of a lizard-like race that they ended up taking over and then making their own empire. According to the thing we watched tonight.
Okay. Well, it's been a while since I saw it myself.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I did watch the remake, and then there was a spin-off of the remake about, I think, before. I forget what it was called. Cornucopia?
Something like that.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean the Battlestar Galactica 1980 or something like that, where they came to Earth?
No. They redid completely. They redid it like about 10 years ago, something like that.
Yes. All right.
I wouldn't reference that thing that doesn't exist.
But we watched the whole thing about it tonight. Diana,
it was all in your imagination.
What,
I didn't like any of the reboots.
You didn't like the cheesy motorcycles?
No.
I didn't mind the new one. There were some things, that I didn't like that they changed, but there was a lot that they did that I probably didn't like. But like changing Starbuck from a guy to a girl.
Okay.
See?
They tend to do that a lot these days. They just flip flop and whatever. But you're
I
back.
would. This was before it was really popular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know. I actually want to know. Did the three of you watch the movie? Did you watch the series? Tell me about
Yes.
that.
When they
I
were
watched,
on, yeah, I watched the movie and
I watched the series and the movie.
yeah,
Okay.
and well, I won't say the lead guy, but the commander of all the ships, played by Lauren Green, was played by
Yes.
Lauren Green, who is was, I should say, a Canadian since he's dead.
Mhm.
Was that
Most,
Trudeau?
So, Chris, did you end up watching? I mean,
Yeah,
Camus.
I showed you. I actually showed her the mail away, the thing you could get in by mailing away cereal box tops. It was a cockpit of Battlestar
yeah.
Galactica,
Yes,
and I was
because
totally into Battlestar Galactica.
he also played
Most kids were.
Well, the documentary we watched really hammered home that it was at a time when Star Wars was really making all the movie studios try to catch up.
Right.
You had the Black Hole from Disney, you had Star Trek from Paramount, and you had this Battlestar Galactica show, which did
Mhm.
start off as a 2-hour movie and then got moved into. They were going to do a series of like movies, and then they decided to make it a weekly series. And
Series.
yeah,
yeah,
and then
ABC messed up everything.
they got sued by George Lucas
Yes, they did.
Yes.
And then the
because
effects really
he
went
thought
to
the
heck.
Cylons were too reminiscent of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
I
know
do.
how far he got with that one, but I do know that he ended up getting all the equipment back. The guy who did the special effects had used light and whatever they're called, light and sound, or Lucas Studios equipment to make the effects.
Industrial Light and Magic.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
he had. I don't think he had created that company then.
Yeah.
I don't think he created that till like the 90s or early thousands.
Well, I know that we just watched. We just watched like a documentary on YouTube that said that they went after him. Lucasfilm went after him because he used the same equipment to get to some of the special effects in Battlestar Galactica, and I think, recanted, and he ended up leaving. Right, Chris? Is that what you said? Mhm.
He left the studio and gave back the equipment that he had used.
Right.
And then supposedly Universal started using their home team for it.
Yeah.
And the effects went downhill, of course.
Mm.
Yeah, but the lawsuit basically ended the original one, and then a couple years later, I think a year or two later, we got.
Yeah, they came with another one that wasn't as good technically, from what I gathered from watching this quick little video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was kind of like watching the difference between Superman 1 and Superman, was it 3 or 4? Where he did the
Four.
whole, yeah, it was the whole drunken Superman thing. Remember that
Oh,
scene?
yeah, that was from Superman 2. No,
That was a
Superman
bad
3.
one.
That was from
That was a
Superman
bad
3.
one too.
Yeah.
They really went downhill after 2, I think.
They did.
So let's talk Battlestar Galactica. What are
Yes.
you guys drawing?
Well,
What
right
do
now I'm drawing a Viper.
Continue drawing a Viper.
Yeah.
Right.
The Colonial Viper.
What do
If you
you?
notice one thing about the Viper pilots, the helmets look like Egyptian headdresses.
Heck yeah. That was one of the coolest things about that show, because it left you going, what?
Yeah, well, they all came from planets named after the zodiac, I believe, and
Mhm.
Right.
there was a real Mormon type feel to the belief system.
Yeah.
That they had.
Mhm.
Well, the Mormon belief system is kind of attractive, except it's not gospel.
Yeah,
But I think they all get like their own homes and their own home planets, and their gods raising their own civilizations or something like that. Ultimately, I'm not sure.
yeah.
Something like that.
Mhm.
My extensive knowledge of Mormonism comes from South Park.
All right.
So
Not sure
it's
whether that's the
probably,
best place to get it or not, but
I was going to say
I
that's
know.
probably not the best place, but that's where I've gathered my info on them for the most part.
That's where most people gathered their info on Mormonism.
Yeah. Otherwise, you got to let them in, and that can always be weird.
So Rick, what do you?
But go ahead.
I forget what the character's name is, but there's some sort of robotic type, half robotic, half
Boxy. Are you
boxy.
talking about Boxy?
Mhm.
Yeah, the dog type thing.
Yeah.
Monkey actually wore that suit. Did you guys know that? It was a
I did, but that's, I saw it tonight.
Yeah.
Had I not seen it, I would have forgotten that little tidbit.
Mhm.
But I do remember hearing about it when it was happening. That was
Yeah.
like a selling point. They were like, "Look, we have a monkey in a suit. It's so cool."
It was one of those things that if you weren't paying attention, you'd miss it altogether.
Right.
Yep.
So now let's talk to Terry about what he's going to draw. What are you working on there?
Well, I am drawing a colonial viper.
Yeah.
Now this is different from what Chris is drawing, right?
No,
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
it'll look different as a picture, but they're drawing the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah, they should be similar in fashion and whatnot. The thing I liked about the Viper is
mhm.
it's kind of very reminiscent of the X-Wing, but it's weird. It's like an upside down Y.
Exactly.
It's really kind of cool, and I think it kills the
Well,
the
if you,
whole
if you really
fighter.
think about it, it's nothing but a giant lawn dart.
Yeah, that's true.
My
But
gosh,
it does it so well.
that's so funny.
Oh, that when it came to shows like Battlestar Galactica, you can compare some of the ships to anything you have at home. The Viper was a lawn dart. Most of the shi most of the ships look like station wagons.
So funny. They did talk about like they were very rectangular in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was, I think, the style because you had what Space 1999, which had a similar thing but longer.
Yeah.
That was another cool ship, though. I used to love their little. I don't know what they
Oh
were.
yeah.
They were their little shuttles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, after I like sort of got a little bit of information, obviously I knew what Battlestar Galactica was. I've heard it, but it was never something that anybody in my like circle of
Yeah.
friends watched.
I know I watched it, but I don't remember a lot of it. Like, unfortunately, it did not. It became popular, but it didn't become, say, as popular as Star Trek or even Star Wars.
No. It was more of a niche thing
Yeah,
to fit into the universe that was Star Wars and Star Trek.
exactly. They came up with something that, and I liked the storyline of it. I liked how, from what I understood that it was
Mhm.
12 colonies. I think they used colonies. Oh my god, I can't think now. It'll come to me in a second. I want to say astrology, but I don't think that's right. But they used some mythology, I think. They based it off some mythologies and stuff like that. I think.
Well,
Mhm.
no, well, each I think there was like 12 planets in their thing, and
Mhm.
each was named after one of the signs of the zodiac.
That's what it was. Yes, thank you. I knew it was something around that. Thank you. And I thought that was
Um,
interesting.
yeah, and each ship, each of the battle stars, because
Mhm.
there was several battle stars.
Right.
Each battle star had their own. Each planet had their own one, and I forget which one
Battlestar.
Galactica was.
Yeah.
But the Galactica, the Battlestar Galactica, is the one that led the whole
Right.
Well,
Capote.
it was the strongest Battlestar of them all. That was the problem.
Wasn't it also the sole survivor of that attack that
It
happened?
was. It was.
Yeah.
That's why I say it was the strongest Battlestar of them all.
Yep.
Yeah, I forget some things. I watched the whole new series. I actually should go back and watch the whole old series again.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said to Chris. I had made dinner and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to sit and just get a little bit more into this Battlestar Galactica so I can like have a conversation with everybody. And what I found was a documentary, but I wanted to watch like at least like the first episode, you know, where they sort of bring
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
Although it'd probably be very different, but I think it's close enough to you could probably watch the first episode of the new one. And I think I actually have the first season of the new one. Or give me a sec. I think I might even have the old one. I'm not sure.
I still don't think there's anything better than the first series, and really the first 2 hours or so of the series. When they were all cinematography, and like they were talking about the moving cameras and the sets and how they actually handled it more like a movie than they did a TV series.
I know it was filmed like a movie instead of a TV show.
Yep.
And you know how hard it was to get a budget for something like that?
Oh yeah, because ABC kept messing with it too.
Yeah.
They kept wanting to cut and do this and do that, and
They wanted to tweak it so much it was like,
Right.
Yep, typical network stuff. You know, they always get something good, and then they're like, "Well, we can
we
do
can make
something
it
else."
better.
Yeah, let's add Boxy. Boxy will be good for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, granted, I will admit I did like Boxy.
Yeah.
I wanted one.
Okay, I'm back. Now, all I can find for what I have is season 1 of the new one. And another thing, too, about the original is I'm not sure whether he played Apollo. Well, which character he played. I think it was Apollo. No, not Apollo. Starbuck was played by
Derek Benedict.
yeah,
who
played in the A-Team as Face.
Yeah.
In fact, you could say that was arguably his bigger part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The A-Team. It lasted longer. Or A-Team lasted 5 seasons.
Yeah. They wanted him on the reboot thingy, the spinoff, but he was busy. Yeah.
Well, did he? I forget whether he came back for 1980 or not.
He did an episode where he had a friendship with a Cylon, and it ended up that he had he sacrificed his escape route or something, and it got into like one of those alien friend stories where they were like, we can get along, everybody can get along.
Right.
Cylons and humans can be friends. In fact, they made a point to say the last line was something like, "Not Cylon, not human, but friends." Very touching moment.
It was, but it was touching and it was funny at the same time.
Did you guys were you guys fans of the show or the movie?
Oh, I was a big fan of the original because I was looking for most of the toys.
Yep.
Like I said, I know I watched it a little bit. I don't remember a lot of it. A lot of it I've been reminded of over the years, but I know I liked it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's not having watched Star Trek. I watched way more Star Trek, but then again, I think that's because Star Trek got a lot more playtime on TV.
It was definitely more established.
Yeah. The funny thing about it was it didn't become the icon that that it is now until it went into syndication.
Of course.
That,
Never, right?
that's that's when the Trekkie was born.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't say that because we do the from the first. It got a a second season and a third season because of fans.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Star Trek.
I
No,
heard, well, the Battlestar too. I heard it was canceled, and the fans like wrote a bunch of letters and stuff.
Yeah,
And that-
which
Yep.
is
they wrote
probably
so
what
many.
got
They
80.
literally bullied the network to keep it on air.
Hey, Tamu, you never answered. Did you
What's
like
that?
Star Galactica?
Well, I answered that several times. Yes, of course I like it.
Okay. What do
I
you
was into it.
besides your paper toy that you showed me?
You're breaking up. What'd you say?
Your cardboard toy.
My cardboard ploy?
Toy.
Toy.
Yes, the cardboard cockpit. Yes.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
you liked it. I said besides your cardboard toy. Did
Well, you got to understand, I wouldn't have gotten the cardboard toy if I didn't love it so much because it was one of those things
yeah.
where you had all the box tops and stuff.
Mhm.
But the thing about it was this came out in a time when Star Wars was hot, and we were in like one of those seasons of waiting for the next one.
Right?
And if I don't remember the exact timing, but we had things like Buck Rogers, we had
Mhm.
Flash Gordon, some
Yeah.
really cool little projects, and this was just it stood out, and it kind of felt like it could have competed with Star Trek and Star Wars. It just wasn't ever really given that serious final
Right.
point to make it there.
Right. Well, I heard too. Somebody said it was like a Star Wars wannabe.
Yeah,
Like
well,
they,
the show kept claiming that, but I didn't feel that when I was watching it.
No. Well,
No.
Lucas claimed that. I wouldn't say the
Right.
show.
Mhm.
Because the Cylons and all that. At least the Cylons. That's what I heard. I've heard mainly over the years.
Okay.
Lucas sued because of the Cylons and how much they apparently look like stormtroopers. They didn't really act like I guess
No,
they did because they're bad
they were
guys a little bit.
smarter. They were smarter than stormtroopers. Let's put it that way.
Were they
I also
okay?
didn't think they looked too much like them, but I
Yeah,
guess
well,
from George Lucas at the time, I might think that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting.
It's
Um,
it's one of the coolest things that you have to see. Mhm.
So that
Especially with the commander who they said betrayed the colonies.
right.
Yeah. You're not talking about what's his name? Balzar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltar, with the help of the human trader Baltar. I took suggestion and went to Wikipedia so I could get some facts that may or may not be true. At any point, it looks like something I would actually enjoy if that's crazy. So now I have to subscribe to Peacock because that's the only place that it's playing. I just did a quick search. This Wednesday, I'm trying to set up a viewing schedule for Wednesday because I'll be home on Wednesday recuperating from my biopsy. So,
Oh.
if I can maybe do a free subscription to Peacock, I don't know if
yeah, you do it for a month, and I'm sure you could watch all probably around 20, 26 episodes
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
a month.
because I was definitely my interest was piqued. I like the fact that it's a very human story.
Hmm.
It's that usual plots of humans being tortured by the Cylons and then they're looking for redemption, right?
Yeah.
You know what you
Survival
should do,
even.
Diana?
What's that?
Either for this channel or maybe your other one. I'm not sure. Probably this one.
Hmm.
Is you should record yourself watching it and edit it. Do a first time reaction video for it.
Yeah,
that
you
might-
should. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for new content for the Hero Shack stream. YouTube channel to get our numbers up. We're still at 7. Uh, we're trying.
But that might get you some. You might just say in the video, "This isn't something we do all the time. We don't plan on doing it all the time." But
Yeah, but the
you
first
know,
time with me, sort of my reaction might might get some views. We'll see. Yeah, I could definitely try that.
yeah, and you just record you watching it and what you're saying. It's almost like a video blog.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But instead of writing it down, you
You
saying it,
just
and the people get to see your reactions. Now, you don't want to show the full episode while doing it because
right.
copyright stuff,
Yeah.
but you can take, 10, 15 seconds at a time or whatever, maybe a
Mhm.
minute at most, and you just cut it up into the chunks where you actually do some reacting and I've done a few reaction videos before myself, so
Mhm.
they're on
Very.
my other channel, Pied Piper of Hamilton.
Mhm. That
So,
sounds good.
you
So,
know,
looking at you guys' drawings while we're talking, so Tamu, I've put you on solo. So tell
Oh
us.
boy, that's scary.
Mhm.
It's like being on notice.
I know. You're good.
So what's up?
Tell us a little bit about your look.
My look.
Your look. You look a little.
I mean, my
Uh,
picture.
no, your face.
your
My
face.
face. My face is a work in progress. Eventually, this will be a full face painted design. But we are experimenting with different paints, different colors, different patterns.
Right. And why this again?
Why what?
Why are you doing this?
Because I want to. It's an expression of myself. It
Really?
helps build my confidence. It helps keep me confident.
Very cool.
Uh,
It's like
uh,
Irish Spring soap. I know that I'm going to smell better when I'm wearing makeup.
Now I got a question. How warm is it having that paint on your face?
It's actually really good. Now, the other night I did some face painting with some horrible paint, and it didn't get warm. But when I was wearing it, it felt like it just felt cheap. Like I didn't feel like it was doing good.
Uh,
This face paint is almost unnoticeable.
So it doesn't
It's
feel
called
uncomfortable at all having it on your
no
face?
no. It's called Meron, and it's really high quality stuff. I used to paint when I was in wrestling. We used latex, and now that did get like a second skin to it, and that would make your face warm. But this has been so far, at least. I mean, I've only been wearing it for a couple of hours, but it's nice. It's working out well. I need to get the finishing spray though, because they have a spray you can put on afterwards that helps hold it. And
It's coming.
yeah, I know it's coming soon. But the otherwise it's perfect. I don't have a complaint in the world about it.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
what's going on with your coming together?
Say what?
Your drawing looks like it's coming together. I just had the worst coughing fit. I'm so sorry. Your
Yeah, but
drawing.
your microphone is coming out weird too. You sound all muffled tonight.
I don't know why. It's right here. It's on.
It sounds like bandwidth, if I'm being honest. It's not your fault. It just seems every now and then it's clucking out on you.
Christopher,
What?
Shut
you're
up.
sensitive.
No, I'm not.
Anyways, back to your drawing.
I am drawing.
Tell me about it. Tell people about it. Oh, dear
Well,
Lord.
it's just a Viper crashed.
Mhm.
If you look in the top here, you can see a couple of Cylons searching for the Viper.
Okay.
There's the Viper
Looking for
crash,
a pilot.
and there's the pilot running from the crash
Cool.
because
Looks
he
a
doesn't
little
want
bit like
to.
Starbuck.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go with this is Starbuck. Actually, I gotta put in some
You're so funny.
vapor trails here for like little bits of smoke coming out.
Okay.
But in theory, he kind of did a skid landing and fell into a hole on a planet. The ironic thing is, I don't think the flight suits are actually space ready because
Right.
they don't
No,
actually have
they're not.
gloves. Yeah, they don't
They're
have
not.
gloves. So him jumping out in the middle of space might be problematic, but I'm going to pretend that there's an atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, it's either that. Well, it could be he's on some rocky planet, some rocky terrain,
Yeah,
or
that's
the
all it
fact,
is.
Um. Well, he does have the helmet on that might not matter, you know. Well, unless
But no
his
gloves on
skin.
the hands. Yeah,
Okay,
no
well,
gloves on the hands. He's
And he doesn't have a face mask. It doesn't look like there's a face mask. It looks
yeah,
like
but
just-
there's a light. Remember, there's like little lights that glow in there. I think it implies there's like a force field. But I never really thought about it because even if his face mask is sealed, they got no gloves on.
oh my God. All right, well, we're gonna
no
let
glove, no love.
That's right.
we're gonna just put Chris in the background.
Thank you.
We're gonna go to let's say Terry. I mean to yeah, we'll do Terry. So let's see here. It should give me a my never
Sharp.
This is my most detailed drawing of the colonial viper.
I like it.
there you go. Looks cool. And I always marvel at the different styles that you guys use, like for drawing.
Well, the styles depend on you, on how you feel at the moment.
Hmm. Well, I stand corrected. I meant the techniques that you use, not so much the style, but the techniques. So you are drawing. Are you going to add any other characters to that, Terry, or are you going to just leave it as a cool standalone Viper?
Uh, well, this is half of it.
All right, it's good.
We'll draw a smaller version of the Galactica itself.
So now we're going to move you over to Rick from Cross Comic. Let's see, what is Rick drawing? He was drawing that little cute little puppy dog,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
His name is supposed to be Boxy, I believe.
Yeah.
Box.
There's
Yes, Foxy. I
there's
can't
his,
believe you watched the same show I did, Diana.
Well,
well, she
Oh,
just watched it once. You've watched the stuff a few
he
times.
makes
So
so much like blabbering about what I wanted to hear. I tuned out a lot of it. I was like, I just can't be bothered with this. This is ridiculous. I wanted to know about the plot. I want to know more about the characters. Not that Lauren Green had to be whatever to do the show. I didn't care about that stuff.
yeah. I must say, well, there's one thing in the new one from whenever it was that they did not have. They did not have Boxy.
Right.
Although Boxy, I don't think was introduced right away, but you know.
No, it was introduced. I think the fourth or fifth episode, something like that.
It was after the mom died, and Boxy
Right.
was supposed to be a consolation prize.
Right.
Yeah. And if you guys remember Jane Seymour, she was in it as well.
Yes, she
That
was.
was Mama. I thought she was the mom that died.
I don't. I can't remember. I just know she was in it. I don't know for how long.
I think you're right. That was the pretty mama that died. And remember the son and the I guess father or the husband were going, she's only gone physically. She's here in spirit.
Oh yeah, it was Apollo.
Yeah.
Yes, she's dead, but her love for us is still here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really gonna help the kid.
That's really
Like, I don't want her to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm mocking misery now. I shouldn't do that, but it was kind of funny.
It's one of those things where if you're not paying attention to it, you won't get it.
Right. And then the names of some of these characters.
Like what? Apollo, Starbuck, Adama.
So first off, I just want to comment on Rick.
Let's don't forget about Colonel Ty.
And he looks good. He looks good.
That was second in command, right? The guy behind Adama. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna cover up my Boxy for a bit.
So what do you guys know about a Daggett?
A Daggett.
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Because it's a canine-like animal used as a domestic pet, watch animal, or tracker. No Daggett survive this nylon holocaust.
That's what Boxy is.
So Daggett, Boxy is a Daggett.
Yeah,
The
if I'm right,
robotic
if I
Daggett?
remember right.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, you guys. I have this allergy thing happening. It's making me crazy. It was in the 1978 series in 1980.
Yeah, well, they had to include him. They had made him such a child magnet, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but unfortunately he was not in, like I said, the remake.
I know.
Do you guys know who played Daggett, aka Boxer, Foxy?
It was a
Foxy.
monkey.
Played him. Do you
No,
know the name
no,
of the monkey?
No, the monkey had a name. I forgot. I forgot its name.
I
know
seen it earlier when I was trying to find the character,
I know
but
the
I
name.
forget what it said.
Evie. You ready? Evie the chimp, who played Muffet the Daggett.
Eevee, huh?
Hmm.
You know, the Pokemon have a guy named Eevee or a girl named Eevee or whatever. A Pokemon.
Yeah, the Pokemon name called an Eevee.
Yeah, they do, but you know, it's totally
Well,
different world and universe.
it's quite an interesting universe, though. Like it's stuff that I've never really heard. To be honest, I mean, yes, I heard of Battlestar Galactica, but again, like I said earlier, I've never watched it, so it's new to me.
It was interesting though when they were talking about Adama and the actor Lauren Green.
Lauren Green. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he was one of the major stars of that, having been on Bonanza for 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
brought a lot of prestige to that show.
Yeah. That's one of the main reasons they wanted him, because
Right.
he had the name. He had name recognition.
He's a good thespian.
He was almost like a poor man's Earl Jones there. The
Yeah.
Darth Vader guy.
Well,
Yeah.
He had that same almost. What's that?
I think he died way too early, though.
Oh yeah,
He did.
but he had that that trademark voice that Star Galactica needed to stand out too. He
Right.
just had that deep Adama voice. I can't do it, obviously. Otherwise, I'd be making money in Hollywood.
Yeah. Most of us would like to do that, be able to do that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, gravitas.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did Battlestar Galactica in 1978 come out as a movie first?
Yes.
It did.
Okay.
It was a made-for-TV movie that turned into a television series.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, no,
I thought
actually,
it was
they released
originally
it
actually
theatrically.
supposed to be a movie, but then
They did release it theatrically. It was released in the UK, Brazil, and I think it even had a limited release in the United States. And because it was so successful, that was kind of the urging to go into a series instead of just mini movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame because the mini movie thing was working.
It would have been the first cinematic universe.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, well, it was working, but
I think.
Yeah, it was working, but unfortunately, the whole thing, the only reason it didn't last longer, like I said, was George Lucas.
Yeah.
If he hadn't sued them, the question is what would have happened, there to it,
Right.
Yeah, they definitely would have been cheapened, but then again, as the seasons went on, you got to believe maybe more money would have gotten tossed at it again.
Yeah.
Because they definitely would have continued it.
Yeah, it would have, if it would have got a second or a third season, you wouldn't have had Galactica 1980.
No.
It would have been a bit, would have been completely different. But then we have the new version too, which actually did do pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
It did,
You know,
but
because and it got a spin-off too, or
yeah.
sort of, with being
The
before
spin the
Cornucopia.
spinoff of the latest one was pretty good.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Unfortunately they couldn't find the right time slot for it.
Yeah, I actually should try and get that and watch it.
Well, I found it on
Well,
Amazon Prime, but it's unavailable to watch in my location. So pooey on you.
Well, you know what?
Um,
If you don't have it, get a VPN.
yeah,
yeah.
you can change
Get
your
yourself
region with a VPN.
Dear God, you guys talked about this before. I still can't figure out that.
uh, a, a virtual private network. That's all it is. You can set
Yeah.
your country of origin, especially if you want to watch certain things that aren't available in the States.
That's,
Or
And
whatever your country is.
where do you
yeah,
set this country of origin at on in your general settings? Like you guys are telling me to do stuff.
No, in a VPN, you tell it, you say, "Oh, I'm actually in Europe," and it will believe you and create Europe.
I open up a new tab on my laptop
Yeah,
and
you have.
give me a VCN for Europe.
No,
No, no.
I'm gonna have
You,
to show you how to do it, honey. It's not something you can just.
yeah,
Okay.
you need to buy
Yeah, it's like a
subscribe
subscribe.
service.
to a program.
Oh dear God! So I might as well just do Peacock. It's so much easier for me. Sign up
If
for
you got,
Yeah, well, VPN is something that I think any internet people should have, though, because it protects a lot of where you are and all your digital life, if you will.
yeah.
It makes everything harder to mess with.
expensive. Not that expensive. It's $50 for the year for premium. It's Peacock. Anyway, let's check in
All right.
on artists and see what they're doing. Okay.
Now,
Let's see here, Christopher.
Okay, that's one big
Yeah.
boxy target.
All right, Mr. Temu. Here, why don't
Yes.
you now front and center?
Well, it's the same thing as before. There's two Cylons looking for the Viper that was shot down. Pilots escaping. We've added cut and paste Battlestar Galactica logo.
Yep.
And there we go. That's about it. I'm not going to do much more on it.
No,
Some
that's
more
cool.
shading, perhaps, but basically that's the layout and stuff.
Coloring.
No, not tonight.
not,
Okay.
I'm
All right.
learning how to do black and white so that the next 24-hour comic I do, I won't get all caught up in that.
All right, we'll take a peek at Rick and see how his Foxy is doing.
Okay, and here, let me make that look a little bit better. There.
That looks cool.
With a Viper in the background, although I think
Is that a Viper in the background? It looked like it.
yeah, which I think unfortunately either that Viper is really small or that Darget is really big.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
A little
Maybe that's Ultron target.
You know what? It's so cool. It's so cool because you can go either way. I'm like, oh my God, look at how big that is. You know? That's very cool. All right.
Something has giganticized the Darget. It'd be a great episode. Or
it would be. It would have been. That would have been a great episode.
Or they shrunk. Starbuck has been shrunk with this Viper.
Or crossover with the He-Man universe, and you're looking at the next Battle Cat.
Well, the Silence have a new weapon to shrink or enlarge things. That's what. All right, guys, listen, we're looking at Terry right now.
Right.
Another Viper.
The Galactica itself.
Ooh.
Although I must say also, I know you're not looking at me, but my perspective on the Viper is off a little bit too. In conjunction with the Darget, which I drew first. So
Yeah.
All right.
Whether
Then
that's
again,
Foxy or
it could.
not, I don't know.
Then again, you could be the Viper could be flying away. So
Well, no, it's got the landing gear out. Do they fly with the landing gear out or aren't?
no, they don't.
That looks cool, Terry. So, guys, we have about 15 minutes to finish up your drawings before my stream goes good night.
Before you go dark.
Before I go dark, yeah.
Oh, and tomorrow night
Mm-hmm.
at, of course, my 10 o'clock time, I
Mm-hmm.
am having. I'm not sure whether Diana will know who this is, but Chris might, and Mighty Geek will definitely know. I am having Nerd Wonder on to
Ah,
talk about her book, new book,
okay.
Behemoth.
What time? 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah,
10 o'clock.
What's it called?
Well, I'll put it this way.
Behemoth. It's on
Behemoth.
Indiegogo.
Yeah,
Like, as
I
in the
know
animal
exactly who
from,
you're talking.
I have heard of it.
yeah, well, it's Behemoth as in like the animal from,
No, no,
that's
I
mentioned in
actually
Job,
heard.
but hers is not going to be like that one from
Right.
what I've heard. She was on the vomitorium a couple weeks back. So,
Okay.
So you got a preview of what it's about?
well, by listening to that stream,
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
So, but
Well, I haven't. Don't spoil too much.
no, so yeah, you guys might want to come and watch that. Listen, it sounds like it's going to be a good book.
Yeah.
And hopefully I don't completely do my interview bad.
You'll be fine. You're a good interviewer. You ask good questions and stuff like that. So does this start with a B or a V?
B.
B. That's what I thought.
Behemoth.
Mm-hmm.
If you need it, I have
Is this
it.
issue 1?
Yeah, volume 1. Here, I'll put a link to it in the chat, the YouTube chat. There we go.
Yeah, baby.
Looks cool. If I am awake and not in pain and can do this, I will remember to stop him. Did you
Yeah.
show that, Chris?
I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
Wow.
So for those of you that
Well, you can probably always set a reminder because hopefully if you go to my channel, you can see that it's up for people to be waiting for it.
Yeah, no, yeah. You can do that. So the link is on the screen for a Behemoth or Behemoth.
Behemoth.
Behemoth. Okay, Behemoth. Okay. Anyways.
Hey, Rick.
There will be last comment.
I should add this trailer also to the opening, don't you think?
Yeah, well, you got the one that I sent you for Pixel, right?
Ariel
Trader?
13, yeah.
And I'm actually going to be having him on the week hopefully the week after sometime too. I wanted to do it on my chill stream, but he's not available for that. So he's been a good supporter of mine. So
Cool.
I'm gonna have him on. Probably do a live stream sometime throughout the day.
Gotcha.
Next week for him.
Mm-hmm. All right, are you done? Let me see. Look, Chris looks like he's pretty much completed his drawing. We have about 10 minutes left, guys. That's beautiful. I like it. I'd like it better with colors, but that's just me. I'm a color girl.
Well, how much color do you think I'm going to get done in 10 minutes, babe?
Well, you know what? You know what you can do with these drawings, Chris?
What's that?
After we get 40 or some odd shows done for this stuff, put together a coloring book or
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could.
or a
Yeah.
sketchbook.
Could. We could.
Yeah,
It's absolutely doable.
yeah. Well, I would call it actually a sketchbook, not a coloring book, but you make it in a coloring book style.
Right.
So now, guys, we are looking at Rick from Cross Comic, his Boxy and Viper. I
That
like.
sounds like a good match. Boxy and Viper.
I know, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, sounds like it could be a show or something.
The Boxy and Viper show. Please watch me now. That looks cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's go back here.
So,
And
what do you think you guys want to draw next week?
Oh,
Since
I
we
don't
decided
know.
this last week, if we're gonna do it this way, we should try and decide the week before.
Yeah.
That way, if
shit.
we're smart enough, we can go and get reference or whatever. Have an idea
Yeah,
what we're
man.
gonna draw.
That's what I did this week.
All right. So we've done some sci-fi stuff. Why don't we focus on like comic book heroes, like the lesser known comic book heroes or something like that?
Well,
Well-
give us some direction.
Well, let's
well-
see. Well, it depends.
From the
Well,
year
maybe-
1960 and below.
The year 1960?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, if we were gonna concentrate, I was gonna say maybe we could do some fan art of some indie comics. You know, do a sort of that way. It's a little bit of promotion. I'm sure nobody knows who we are as this channel.
Well, we could do
But-
that. Or
But that way, then you can, post it to your Twitter or whatever and say, hey, this is what we drew on here for, give them a bit of promotion and yourself at the same time.
and Chris, what do you guys think about that? It's a pretty
I'm down with that.
So you are going to scour some indie creators and reach out to them and say,
Oh,
no?
No,
I know-
I'm probably gonna
I
do a
know.
sketch.
I know a few.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is we just figure out an indie creator that's got some characters that we can just go off whatever they have. If they don't, have it like
Oh, hold
Behemoth.
up a second. Hold up. So can everybody have their own indie creator, or is this one indie creator that you guys are drawing from?
That would actually be kind of cool if we did one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I was thinking.
That's what I
either we
wanted
do-
to clarify because I'm confused, Rick. What are you talking about? So
Yeah.
you guys need to do. I wouldn't do it online. I don't want you to do it now, but send some messages back and forth about what indie creator you want to pick,
We should do
Well-
the buckler.
and then let me know ahead of time so I can start publicizing.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to suggest one of two. Since I'm just about to do shows for both of them, either Behemoth, although it doesn't look like she has a lot of pictures of her characters on there, or one of the characters from the Behemoth book or whatever. I'm sure we could reach out to her for some stuff.
I think that's a conversation you should have not on live because
Yeah.
they want you to talk about it, or you know what I mean. They might feel pressured. So you and Terry and Chris should decide on which
Yeah.
you can do two. Maybe you could say, okay, you could do one or the other.
Well, let
And-
me know what you guys are going to do, and I'll just do something from whatever you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I was
Well-
going to suggest the Ariel,
Yeah.
So we have
from
about
the Little Mermaid.
6 minutes left.
I
before
was
we-
gonna do Nearer X by Bill Mouse.
Okay. All right.
Well,
We can all decide that. And if
Yeah.
anybody's listening and they would like to be part of next Monday night's Diana's Draw stream, if they're an indie creator and they want the three of you to draw their character, then please reach out to somebody that is here tonight, Mighty Geeks, Fast Comics or
Tamu.
Tamu. Yes, Tamu.
Tamu.
Tamu. County guys.
So tell me, what do you think? What do you think?
I like it a lot.
Good, good,
Good.
good.
That's very intricate, actually. That is really cool. Very good. All right.
Cool. After we got off air last week, I went and found references to both of these ships.
Smart.
Yeah, I didn't start finding my reference till today. I meant to do it sooner, but
But Rick, your Boxy is super cute, and your Viper, it almost looks like Boxy has a toy Viper. Just
Well,
you know?
if only you had drawn Apollo's son, then you could have been holding that toy Viper.
yeah. Well, I think that would have been a little bit big for him. That
Yeah.
would be that looks like Lee. It doesn't look as big as it should for a Viper, but it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's a toy either.
Ah.
At least to me.
We've moved on to Tamu now, and I don't know what he's trying because it's
Oh,
not.
hi. Hi.
And Chris,
It's Battlestar Galactica, see?
Yeah.
It's finished.
But, Chris, I would suggest you move where your picture is down to the lower right corner.
Which picture? Why?
You.
The one of you.
No, I made it bigger because I was done. You guys are still talking. See, I had it like
but
this.
it's not that because it comes into the art.
Yeah, I had it like that before.
Yeah. But
And
even that's a little bit more over the art area.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't ultimately matter. You went the wrong way.
No, I took it off so I could try to do a... The only thing that stinks about this is my ratio doesn't work right to get it all on screen.
Yeah.
Like that's like the biggest I can make it. The way the
yeah,
camera
well that's all of us for that because you're dealing with more lengthwise than widthwise.
Maybe next week I'll change that and draw it landscape like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been in portrait. It's hard to
Star
get it
Wars
all
the
on.
same way. I think I did Star Wars the exact same way. Portrait.
Yeah.
Or Star Trek, not Star Wars. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have 3 minutes and counting. So our mission next week is the three of you guys are going to sort of talk offline to each other, but online. Get it? Like offline,
Yeah.
live, and discuss who you want to feature as the Indiegogo artist that you will be.
The fan art.
Yep, fan art. That's what I said. Fan art, and you got to let me know so I can do up my little stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you, Chris and Mighty Geek stay around for a few minutes after we're off air, maybe we can figure that out.
That would be the best time to do it, Christopher.
You guys just tell me which one you want to do.
Well, Diana doesn't want us discussing it on air, and I know neither of these people would mind because A, we're not enough people here. Plus, it's free promotion.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And then Mighty Geek takes off.
2 minutes. Minutes and counting.
2 minutes.
Yeah, so we got to get our Hero Shack channel. We've got to reach out to more people and get some subscriptions. I feel like we need to do some other content videos than just the live shows, and that will help us. Could be wrong, but
a little bit further over to the right.
I can do a lot of stuff with this. I'm just messing with it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it doesn't matter. I'm done. But I'm like, I want to think about next week too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you put it right in the right-hand corner,
that right there, Chris, looks really good.
Yeah. Or even just over into the right-hand corner.
Is that? No, that's not it.
So you're talking right?
But yeah, the lower right. The one beside that would be closer to you.
It is the lower right, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's in the lower right, but I'm saying right over in the black space,
Mm-hmm.
not where he's on the drawing.
Mm-hmm. He was smaller. It is now 10 o'clock. So I am going to officially close the draw stream. You guys, thank you once again for showing
Good night,
up.
everybody.
And those of you that may be...
Oh, hey.
What?
Don't forget to back Man Guy. We actually got another backer. We're up to 170. But that was a lame promotion, so just go ahead and close the stream. I just want to remind everybody.
Well, I was going to incorporate that in my closing, but you already did it. Any rate, guys, God bless you. I'll check out next week's stream. We're going to do an indie creator of sorts. We're going to debate that right now. And peace out.
Peace.
All right.
2, 1, go.
Adios.